Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Irving. Irving is from Vietnam. He is my very first guest from Vietnam. So let's see what he has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
Hi, hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, Irving.
Hi, hi. How are you?
I'm very well. Thanks so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Thank you for your time too. Thank you for the invitations.
I like your background. I like the pictures behind you.
Oh yeah, thank you. So I got some cards and some photos from my friends. That's what my gift when I started going to the UK for study. They gave me
Ah.
a pack of pictures when we were in school together. So yeah, that's a lovely gift, and I carry with them.
That's beautiful. I think they mean a lot, those gifts, don't they? A lot of memories there.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Amazing. So tell me where you're from.
Uh, I'm from Ho Chi Minh City of Vietnam, and currently I am living in London.
I see. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something now. I had, almost 1,000 guests on the show so far, and if I'm not wrong, you are my first guest from Vietnam.
Wow, congratulations on the amount of guests that you got on your show, and thank you for having me. And yes, that's my pleasure as your first Vietnamese guest.
Amazing. And tell me, why they moved from Vietnam to London. Walk me through a little bit about your journey.
Well, yes, yes. That definitely not a short or easy journey for sure, because like Vietnam and and the UK is a different s- cultures, and then it's like different countries, and everything is it's just so different. So the reasons that I chose to study abroad is because my passions is films and TV, cinema, and stories, and I want to study um to where you see it's like they have the most successful, the one of the biggest film industry in the world. So that's why I chose the UK to start with. So yes, that wasn't easy, but I got through with my family. I got support from my families, and they helped me a lot during the process. And even though I even now that after 5 years I've been here,
Uh-huh.
I still having them support me every single day. So
Wow.
that I think playing the big part for me, so through to help me through the transitions, and to help me get used to the new life in UK. Also, I knowing that somebody at home having my back, looking out for me. So I think yeah, that's a big step for me. It's like just 7 years old boy going out by himself, and I also really happy for the journey I've got so far as well to where I am today.
Absolutely. I think having the support of our family in anything that we do in life, I think it's a big plus. I think, is I think people, when they have the support of their family, somehow doesn't need to be financial, but could be anything. Even support, could be anything. It's already a big plus. I think we feel safe. I think we feel, in a place where we just can do it because we know our family, they are, there to support us, from, for any situation. So I think that's the best part.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Especially where like I live in a big family of like 10 members. So we live
Wow.
all together under the one roof. So it's a big difference where you coming here having your own room, and then everything it's just so quiet. Like there's some time because when I first came in here, I wasn't able to speak English or it's like that much. So my English level is just really low, and I wasn't able to making friends as well. So I it's just really hard for me to be able to socialize or going out or even just having a friend to talk to. But I always know that whenever I need to, I can pick up a call and having my family there talking to me, and I feel like yes, I'm still living with my family. So that's really helped me through the first couple of years.
Wow. And tell me something, Irving. So you're here to study, yeah, film and TV. That's the reason you are in the UK.
Yes, yes,
So walk me through a little bit about your journey so far.
yes. So I was in uni studying films and TV for 4 years, and I just graduated next year and currently working in TV now. So yeah, I hopefully I'm still following the path in the future, and I think I'm on the right track. So I'm happy with where I am now.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Amazing. Right. So during the journey, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your life, about your point of views, and anything about yourself. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sure.
So before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, so would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Well, I think one thing is interesting about myself. That's a really tricky question as well because I never really asked anybody, "What do you think about me?" Like that's the question that I hardly ever ask anybody. They either like maybe tell me like just randomly, but I never like initially asking me like, hey, what do you think about me? It's like I never really asked this question. I don't think so. But I always wondering that. I don't ask them, but I always say, wait, what do they think about me? So that's I think part of my personality as well. It's like always a little bit worrying, considering what others might think about me. But something about special about me, I think that I am introvert. But a lot of people don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say it's like I think I'm introvert, they were just like, no, you're not introvert. You really sociable. You're really talkative and really friendly. I don't got your like um introvert energy in you, and I think that's the part where a lot of people they misunderstanding about the definitions of introvert and extrovert as well. It's like I can be talkative, I can be really friendly, I can be really outgoing, but after that I'm really tired, I exhausted, I spend all my energies, and I need to recharge by spending time for myself. And I think that's what I do. I spending time a lot with myself more than people realize, and so I think that's just part the special about me. Like a lot of people, they suffer through COVID when everybody is quarantined and cannot go out, cannot see their friends and family. But for me, I was fine. I think I was fine that time. I touch wood, I didn't have COVID, so I think I was fine. And emotionally, physically, I I completely fine. I was just like buying myself, and then I have internet, I have food, I have my laptop with me, and that's all I need. So I feel like yeah, I surviving that time pretty well comparing to a lot of people. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's special about me too. It's like when I need to socialize, I can do that. But at the same time, I'm consider myself as an introvert that I need a lot of time for myself, just doing things that I love to be able to recharge and able to socialize again.
Amazing. And I think it's healthy as well for you to spend time on your own, get to enjoy your own company. I think it's very healthy.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Sometimes like you can almost hear yourself talking, like reflective thinking. It's like okay, like just look through your days or look through your process. Like, are you thinking you're doing better, or do you think there's something you might need to change, or the question that you have time to ask yourself just because you on your own?
Absolutely. Right. Am I saying your name right, Irving?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Perfect. Irving, are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your memories in life and to share your point of views?
Yes, I'm very excited. Please,
Amazing.
please, please start it.
Welcome to William and the Magic Box. So, this is my best friend. Full of random questions. I'm just gonna play a song now, just for us to relax a bit before the first question. Okay?
That's
Let,
absolutely fine by me. Yes, please dance. Why
let's
not?
do. Okay, Arvin, before we start the game, during the journey, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. First question for you is, talking about family, who in your family you would trade place with for a day, let's say, if you could, and why? If you could be in somebody's place in your family just for a day, just to, exchange, a life, just to be in their body for a day, who that would be and why?
Ooh, that's really interesting questions. I think I would be changing the day with my mom.
Oh, tell me
Cause
why.
yeah, because we shares a lot of things in common, and to be honest, I get along really well with my mom comparing to like when you say mom and dad. I
Yeah.
go really well with my mom, and she is the woman of the family, and then she take care of the family as well. So I think her day is really busy. She getting up early, and then she have to take care of all the children because we are so annoying and we always hungry. And then at the same time, she runs the business. And so I was just wondering, like, because I was there, but of course I was having my study and everything, and she's not allow me to involving too much in the business because I have to focus on this on my study when I was as a kid when I was still at home. So I wasn't really asking myself like what my mom day could be, and I think now when you bring it up, I really want to see what a day as a mom can be. It's like how busy it gonna be getting. It's like the kids always asking you questions, and then it's
Mhm.
like there's so many things like you're talking to the customer. There's so many decisions that you have to make in one day, and
Wow.
then it's like yeah, I just wondering what that day could have been. It's like because for now I'm just taking care of myself, and I think that's already keep me busy enough between work and like work life balance. Like how she can keep that happen for years like that. So it's amazing. That's what they have done and giving to us so far. So I really want to see. I wish I could have seen like what is her day can be like. How can you be a mom? Like that's
So
a big question. It's like how can you
I,
be a mom?
I love your answer. I love your answer, and it makes all sense. I think we just realize how our mom, they are so special because they can do a lot of things at the same time. When you grow
That's
up, when you get an adult, you go like, oh my god, my mom, she literally, she did a lot. Like she was, a different person like through the day because she was running a business, she was looking after, the kids, she was being a mom at home. So there are a lot of things, and sometimes you go like, my god, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that.
yeah, definitely. That's a lot of work to be able
Absolutely.
to be a mom. And also it's like the patience that you give because when I'm feeling tired and exhausted, nobody please don't touch me. I will be a tiger. So it's like, no, but that's not the case with a mom. They always have to be is like compathy,
Yeah.
sympathy, and sympathetic, and always giving the loving energies. And I'm really grateful that without my family, I wouldn't have been like where I am right now. So
Absolutely.
that absolutely the thing that I'm considering so far in the future is like how can I be? How can I be a mom? Or like how can I giving loving at the same time and when I'm keeping myself busy, it's like work life balance, that stuff.
Amazing.
So yeah.
Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, what will be the title of your memoir?
Hmm. That's a really interesting question. Wow. There's a lot to think about. Um So I think if it's about a memoir, so it's like the recap of your memories and what do you want your people to think about you or
Yeah.
like to know about you. So I think like the thing I want people to know about me the most is my work because in the future, not now, in the long-term future, I want to make films. I want to tell stories of my own, creating a new world. So I feel like, yeah, uh, maybe Irving and his unseen world.
I like that.
Yes,
Um,
yes, because I always curious about like how things could have been. Just like okay, so how that animals moves that way, or it's like why there are different weathers in the years. And I also feel like, yeah, when I watching a movie, I really need to like immerse myself in that words, and then really considering is like why the filmmaker give that decisions, and like um why the world that they're setting up that affecting the world of characters, and then how they act or how they behave. So I'm thinking like, yes, I want to create that kind of world myself. So I really want to, if I want to leave a memoir, I really want to tell the story of how I created my work. So I would have really loved to tell people and lead them through the journey of unseen world.
Amazing, very good. Next question, let's do it. For the next question, Irving, tell me what do you like the most about work, with TV and film as well? What's the biggest joy of it, in your opinion?
Uh, I think that it's a little bit like you reading a book. So like when you're watching film and TV, you experience different lives, different worlds. Like I said before, like there's worlds that you could have never have a chance in your life to set your foot in, but through TV and through film, you can. Not only it's like in book, you just only read words and then you have to imagine it yourself, but in film and TV, you were delivered visions and audio as well. So like you can hear it, you can see it in your own eyes. So I feel like watching films and TV that help you go through the land that you've never been to or you could never get into, or it's like, oh, you can travel through space that I know I don't think in the future I would able to go to space. So and then you're watching film, it help you to go there. So I feel like that's the part where I enjoy watching films and TV the most, because I got a chance to experience different lives, seeing different people, and then it's like set foot in different world. Of course, it can never comparing to the real experience when you get there, but it get you the feeling of it, and then you use your imagination, use your feeling, your own experience to imagine yourself in the story, in the world that they created. So I feel like that's what I enjoy the most about watching films and TV.
Amazing. All right. Next question is, what did you want to be growing up?
I think since I was a little, I always curious. It's like how when I'm watching films and TV, it's like I asking questions like how can one person acting different personality be becoming a completely different people. So I asking myself that, and I feel like, oh, that's what I want to do. Maybe I wanted to become an actor. It's like experience different life, like and then seeing like exploring different emotions, and then maybe experience the events that you may never experience in your life, like
Mm-hmm.
your character through your characters. So I wanted to become an actor, but then like moving along the journeys, when I did become a junior actor. I acted on films and TVs before in my country, and then when I was working, I was asking like, how do you know to set the camera in that way? How do you know to put the line that way? How do you know you want to set a scene in that way? How do you write a story? How do you tell the story? So I think now, as part of me, I think I still want to interested in acting, but now I'm curious. It's like how they create a journey of a movie as a whole, rather than just like one in one aspect of acting. I think now I interested in the broader spectrum of making films and TV. So I dig deeper into filmmaking,
Mm-hmm.
and now I would want to become a filmmaker, a storyteller. Like I usually say, I don't want to become like strictly one roles. Like, oh, I want to become a director, I want to become an editor, because generally what they're trying to achieve is telling a story
Mm-hmm.
and make the story touching people hearts. So I think that's what I want to do. I no matter what role I might end up later, as long as I'm telling stories, I think I'm happy.
I see. And did your family support you when you decide to start your career?
Oh yeah, definitely. Of course, when I was a little, they would say, "Oh, that's a dream, kids," and acting really like they doubted that because when 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 I think normally when kids say like, "Oh, they wanted to be a doctor, lawyers, or like some more financial guarantee career," the parents would be more pleased, more
Hmm.
happy. It's like, okay, my kids want something big, and that would um sorry, that would consider a better future. It's like
Yeah.
more stability. And then when it comes to acting, and it's like there's a lot of they don't have privacy, it's becoming a celebrity, and then the amount of work they have, and then it's like scandal and stuff like that, and it's like oh, acting it's something really messy. When you come into showbiz, there's a lot of bad thing happened. So of course, at the beginning when I said I want to be an actor, my parents firstly declining that. It's like no, you're just a kid. You don't really know what you want. So I told my parents like I want to join acting class, and they said okay. I will set that up as a reward. So if you do well in school, I will sign you up for acting class. And then I think that's as a motivation as well. I I did well in school, and then they signed me up for for um for acting classes, and then that's where I got my first call and first jobs and then actors, and I love that journey, and the more I involved in that, the more passion I saw to my parents and proving to them that this is really not just a kid dreams or they don't know what they're doing. It is really my passion for life. So like when I expressing my when I grow older, I express to myself I want to be a filmmaker. I don't want to study in Vietnam. I want to study abroad. Okay, okay. They might need something considering because there's a lot of respect considering when you're moving abroad because they might not be able to see me to take care of me as a parent as close as they used to, and
Yep.
then they might not be my first of contact in emergency. That's the thing that my parent consider like my safety and who will take care of me daily
Hmm.
and financially as well because studying abroad especially as a country in the UK is not an easy thing like financially, but my
Hmm.
parents like after all considering it's like okay they will do my best and they agreed to to support me and let me go on my journey, my pathway until now. And I think part of me and it's like where I end up now kind of proves that to my parents that I successfully and they were right trusting me to let me follow my dream.
Amazing. Well, very lucky you are for sure.
Yes, definitely, definitely.
Next question. Let's do it. Next question for you is, if you could ask for a miracle, what that would be?
A miracle.
Yeah.
I would say it's like if there is a miracle or just magic in general that I would be able to teleport to go wherever I want in the world, just like in the blink of an eye. Because now I feel like, yeah, you see how far we're from Vietnam to the UK it is, and I really want to just like waking up and then I can travel in the blink of an eye to see my grandma, to see my mom, to see my dad, and to see my brothers right now, and then I
Well,
can just still go back and work. I wish that there's a way that make the travel in the long distance that easy, and also that would make me able to see the world in the better. Like you don't have to sit through trains, planes, or the transport for hours, and then you can just open any door, and it's gonna lead you to wherever you go.
and
So I think
since
if there's a miracle for me, that would what would happen that I would be able to travel in 1 second.
and since you left Vietnam, have you ever came back for holidays or not? Since you left, you never came back anymore to visit your family.
Oh yes, yeah, I did. When I was in uni, I used to went back home every summer
Okay.
to visit my family for a couple of months, and then I went back for uni. That's usually what I did. But since COVID happened, and then when I tried to looking for jobs in the UK, that's become not that convenient to go back home anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planning to go back home soon. I hope. So
Amazing.
that's exciting. So I'm gonna go back home first time in years. But
Amazing.
before that, I did travel homes every summer, every year.
I see. Okay. Ready for another question?
Yes.
Let's do it. Next question. Next question for you is, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list?
On my bucket list.
Yeah.
Like right now.
Yeah,
So,
three top things, like on your the top one, 3 top ones.
mm, well, I mean, when I talking about, it's like when I hearing people like having the thing in their bucket list, it's just like they like something really big in the future, like something that they must have done once in their life. But to me, I don't really have a big thing like that. Like
Mhm,
I always tell to me like a bucket list thing. I don't really plan for bucket list thing that have a checklist of I've done that in my life, because that's also a part of me that I treasure the present. I
mhm,
love that what I having now, and I'm planning for my future, of course, but I don't look at the bucket list like that's a dream that must come true or I must achieve, otherwise I would be disappointed in me that I didn't achieve that. So I don't think for myself that I have a bucket list like a lot of people. I just always like, okay, I'm happy with where I am in the present, and then so that I will looking forward for the future, of course, or what it may bring me. Of course, there's places that I wanted to go,
mhm.
or there are things that I wanted to do, but I always consider is okay. So does it suitable to my time, or it's like how I'm gonna get there? So it's gonna a part of my future rather than the thing that you in your wish list. So
Mhm.
like if you say it's like in the bucket list definitions, I want to make a film,
Yeah.
then that's in my bucket list. But that's not really a bucket list like in your wish list, because I'm not gonna wish for that. I'm planning to do that, achieve that in the future. In
Mhm.
So I plan a pathway to lead to that. So I consider it as a purpose, as a destinations of my journey. Not really like a journey of getting there. Not really a bucket list that I have to achieve, otherwise I would be disappointed or something like that.
I see. Absolutely. Totally understand. 3 questions left for you, Arvin. Let's do it. Next question for you is, which book had a big influence on you?
Mm. When I was reading book, I I usually reading novel, like because I interested in story. I think I tell this way too many times than necessary. So and also books that like tell about filmmaking behind the scenes stuff, and then it's like the art of the films, or like the interview with the famous filmmakers.
Mhm,
So I think one of the book that got me really where I am now, it's a books from Vietnam. It's a story. It's a poem, but a poem novel. I don't know how to say that in Vietnam. But the book name The Tale of Kill, and that's what translated in words in many languages. I studied this in school, and that's that became a big part in me, because that's make me proud of the cultures, my heritage, like my it's like I growing up living in a really rich and long time history and culture. So, and also we have a really developed um literature. So I think that's where that make me who I am. It's like I'm rich in emotions, in story, and that's impact me because I want to tell the story more. Like in Vietnam, we have story like this, not just only the Vietnam War or like the poverty, like what people usually think when they mention Vietnam. So I want to presenting that to the world. It's like that's what we have. We have good food. We have pig cultures. We have good novels. We have really amazing moving stories. And the book that I was telling, The Tale of Kill, it's the story about a girl that she's have to sell herself to get the money to get her father out of prison. And then it's like she got through a lot on her journey. In the end, she didn't end up with love, unfortunately, but she learned a lot about herself. And then that's a really challenge time for women to live in as well, when where the story takes place. So I feel like the story have a really big meaning for me, in a way that make me appreciate the culture that we have, and always want to tell the story that we obtained to the world. So I think that's one of the book that have biggest impact on me.
Amazing. Wow, I love that. It's very good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, tell me a moment since you've been studying film and TV. Yeah, tell me a moment during your studies that you're never gonna forget, like a special moment or something that happened that you go like, you know what, that moment always gonna have a special place in my heart.
Oh yeah, definitely the moment where you see your, when I see my movie on the big screen for the first time, because like we in the end of the course, we when we have our graduations, we will have an event like a film screening, where we gonna have our graduation film screening on a big screen. And that's always the moment that I treasure. Like no matter how many times I've watched it during the filmmaking process, it's the experience that is always hit different. It's just like really a lot of things. It's just like, oh, I tried so many hard things. I did failed. I did succeed in some way, but seeing that's there, that's make me believe that I'm doing the right thing. I should keep moving. I should keep going to where I am going now, to my pathway to pursuing my dream, because it will come true one day. And that is one of the biggest success in my life, and also one of the biggest motivations that push me forward and further now. So I feel that's the moment that I will never forget, that's seeing my film on the big screen.
Wow, amazing. Okay, next question is, what things do you consider to be relationship deal breakers?
I think for me, because like everything about me is about films and TV, about stories.
Mhm.
Like if my partner in some way that don't like films and TV, that would be a no for me. I think so, because I can, then that would mean we cannot spend time together. I would spend all of my time reading books, reading story, or like dig in the filmmaking process behind the scenes. And then like they would not interested in that. So that means we cannot spend time together. We don't have time. We don't have to share the same interests. And also, I really, really like a person that have passions in their life,
Mhm.
because I can really deal with the person where they just like, oh, I have no dreams, I have no passions, I don't care where my future is gonna be. Of course, there are some people that they go with the flow, and I appreciate that as well, or they go spontaneous. Oh, I love that, of course, but not when it come to like the further destination. Like, oh, then whatever you're doing in your life, they have no meanings when they don't have to, where it's lead to you to nowhere. So at least like that's when I feeling like I'm lost, when I don't know where I'm going. I don't have my plan in the future, and I really hate those moments in my life. So I really wish that in my partner in the future, at least they share interest in films and TV, or they have a passion in their life. They passionate about something. They love doing their job, or they love doing what they're doing. They have a bigger dream in their life. So that's what I'm looking for in a partner, I think. But otherwise, I don't think I'm gonna get along with that person very well. I
Mhm.
wouldn't say that, oh, it's a good thing that you have a passion in your life. It's a really bad thing that you don't. But it's just I don't think I'm gonna go well with that kind of person.
I see. All right. Ready for the last one?
Yes.
Last question. Let's do it. Before the last question, tell me, when you arrive in England, yeah, England for the first time, tell me for me, what was the most difficult part for you to adapt, to new country, new city, and tell me, do you find a lot of Vietnamese community here, a lot of people from Vietnam here or not in London?
I think one of the biggest challenge for me is first the language.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah, no matter how much I prepared it for before I come in here, it just hit different. Like I can really understand what people are telling me or what they are saying when I first get in the country, and when I first say in the lecture, hearing my lecturers, I don't really understand what they're talking about. I
Wow.
almost like guessing, and what I did most of the time for the first semester was just like grabbing keywords from what they're saying because I can understand the whole as a whole sentence. So I think that's one of my losses as well. That I lost kind of a lot of knowledges during the time because of I don't really understand what I was doing, no matter how much reading I did at home. So I understand, okay, so that's lectures about that. But also, there's something that they share might be interesting, might be very interesting, but I lost that. I just didn't catch that information, and it's make a hard in a harder way. So it's like, oh, I already introvert and now I lack of ability in languages as well, so that make it even harder to make a friend, to get to know somebody, because I
Mhm.
don't think my nature, with I sit into a stranger, I would able to go and say, hi, I'm Irving, can we be friends? Like most of my friends I having right now, that I'm really grateful for them that they approaching me first, and they will
Nice.
say, hi Irving, do you want to be friend or do you want to hang out sometime? I'm really grateful for all my friends that did that, otherwise I would have no friend at all. So it's like, yes.
Sweet.
So that's what make it even harder to make a friend, to even to communicate. And yes, I'm grateful that we did have a Vietnamese society community when I was in uni as well, and
Mhm.
I have some close friends from that uni time, Vietnamese friend, and now we still close friend from now. We moved to London together, and we still hanging out often here and there, and it's really strange with that. Most of my friends, even though the how energetic they are. I think they really like me. They all introvert. That we could just like stop seeing each other, not hearing about each other, or not communicated at all for months, and then we could just catch up one day, and then it's like never anything happened. We never parted before. It's like that. So most of my friend relationship is like that. We could have like going on with our life, being busy, spending time by ourselves, but we can always come back to each other and having each other back when needed. So I think that's what I really appreciated for our relationship with my friends. I think that also playing a big part of me, that living away from my family, having nobody here. So I'm still having my friends to count it back, especially when they come from the same culture as me.
Absolutely. Okay. Last question for you is, which person do you are more in touch with? Which person do you send more text message and you call? Besides your family, which person you are more in touch with?
A person now, hmm, hmm. Well, I don't think I am texting, like I wouldn't spend hour texting. Like I said, so like I having friends, but most of the times we don't really talk. Like yes, we will talk to each other, we texting each other, we send each other memes or TikTok videos or something like that. But we wouldn't spend hours talking to each other by texting. I mean, if
Mhm.
I want to meet up somebody or like, okay, I think I need to talk to you, we need to catch up, I would say, hey, let meet up, or let's
I,
hang out, or let's go to something. So I don't think I would spend a lot of hour talking to texting to anybody like we did in high school. I did text a lot to my friends when we was in high school, but I don't think now in the recent time, in the last couple of years, that I spend hour talking to anybody
I
on
see.
phone before it by texting.
Okay. Cool. It's not the end yet. Let's play now the word association game. Okay, I'm going to give away some words. Just tell one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? So, I hope you are enjoying the interview. Before we do the word association game, don't forget to give a like, don't forget to share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Just click on the button right there. Thank you so much and enjoy the word association game. One word for money.
Money. Rich, for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
One word for family.
Family. I would say mom.
Okay. Love.
Love. I would say hug.
Okay. Life.
Happiness.
Sex.
Emotion.
Okay. Politics.
Not interested.
Religion.
Believe. Like,
Okay.
oh, we left.
Okay. Fear.
Ghost.
Friendship.
Trust.
Desire.
Ambitions.
Regret.
Sorry.
Success.
Rich.
One word for wish.
Sorry.
Wish.
Wish. Dream.
Okay. One word for happiness.
Love.
One word for London.
Expensive. Definitely.
Very
Definitely.
expensive. One word for Vietnam.
I would say food.
Amazing. And the last one now, filmmaker. One word.
Talented.
Amazing. As you said about food, tell me what's the most traditional food in Vietnam?
We have varieties of food. But I think recently in some magazine we would name the country that have the most dishes that make out of noodles. We have like more than 200 dishes that can make out of noodles as well. And
Wow.
one of them is really famous internationally. That's pho. It's a beef soup noodles, and yes, it's really famous, and it's one of my favorite noodles as well. One of my favorite dishes. It's really hard to tell, like, or to pick one favorite food because I don't have one. I enjoy eating most of the food most of the time. I live to eat. It's like I enjoy my time eating, and I love food. Um, so yeah, I that's what I miss about Vietnam as well. Is that in the morning, I would have different dishes for my breakfast. Like in every day in the morning, I could have one dish in the year, and it's not gonna repeat in 1 year. So I could
Wow.
have one dish in every day, and it's not gonna repeat. And that thing you can find in Vietnam in almost every time of the day. It's like there's a lot of dishes. Like no matter you're hungry at 3 a.m. in the morning in my city, you can find some food that you love in the corner of the street. It's like we
Wow.
have banh mi, which is like Vietnamese street sandwiches. Like we make our baguettes, and there's a lot of ham and some veggie as well, or some pickles. And yeah, I think I really enjoy, and I'm really happy that I growing up as a Vietnamese with that rich of cultures and foods. And yeah, I love Vietnamese cuisine. I can never express how much love I have.
And do you like cooking as well?
Oh yes. I think cooking it's really zen for me. It's really relaxing. It's not only like, yeah, I enjoy my time cooking, even though I'm not a really good cook. I don't think so. It's edible, but yeah, I really love when I cook. I just like having some shows or some TV show or some music on, leave it on, and then focusing on cooking, waiting for the food to be cooked, and then there's some good smell that coming out of it. So I think I really enjoyed the process of cooking as well, and especially you can enjoy your work after that. So I really love cooking, love eating.
And I feel hungry now after this conversation.
Definitely, I think I'm gonna have a big meal right after this call.
Let's pretend now I'm going to meet your lovely mom for a coffee, and I'm going to ask your lovely mom, define Arvin in one positive word and one negative word only. What should say?
One positive word. I think I would say talented because she's always there and really make sure that she recognize whenever I have an achievement. She always says like congratulations to my achievement, and she showed that she's really happy and proud of me whenever I got achievements. So I think that's what she's gonna say. She gonna say that I'm talented, and the thing that I don't think she's still telling me to change is that I'm a bit ignorant sometimes. Like it's just like okay, yeah, that's still a little bit too much. Like even though she acknowledged my achievement, just like that's still too much, son. It's just like keep it down, turn it down a little bit. You have to be more humble, more considerating to people. Because
Mhm.
sometimes just like, oh, I'm ignorant, I'm the best. My opinion always right, people is wrong, and she's there to explain it to me. It's like, okay, you have to consider a problem from different perspectives, because I'm always really a child in her eyes, and I appreciate that. And so she always like telling me stuff like, okay, so you should have done this instead of that, or it's like you should have seen, put yourself in the people's shoes, or something like that. So I think that would be what my mother says about me.
Amazing. Let's play now Arvin and the Magic Box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, but before you ask him the question, what is your favorite Vietnamese word?
Vietnamese words.
Yeah, your
Um,
favorite.
yes, I think Vietnamese words we have a really rich vocabularies, and that's always come from Vietnamese originally, or like it borrowed from different languages during the colonized time when we have like war with the French or the American or the China or the Chinese. But I think the words that is from Vietnam and it's almost impossible to translate is thương. It's the
Tongue.
word, yeah, thương is where you describe not not love, like love. When you say love, it's a little bit intensive. It's a little bit like passionate. But when you mean thương, it's just like you already deep in the relationship. Not only that you love that person, but it's also become sort of your habit. It's become sort of your lifestyle to caring about that person, to love them, to spend time with them, to think about them. So I think that's what the meaning of the word thương is. Like it's not it's I think it's really easy and common to in Vietnamese when you in a relationship with someone and say, oh, I love you. It's not that big of a deal when in a relationship as a couple in Vietnam when they say I love you. But when somebody say that I thương you, it take it to a next level. I don't know how
Wow.
to describe it more precise in English.
I,
But yeah, it's just like when
it's more
when when you're talking.
meaningful, more deep.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that because love have its own meaningful, like have its own level of love, like passionate about it. You love that person, you care about them, you think about them. But thương, it's not that intense as love.
I see.
It's just like your daily routine. It's just something happens at a part of yourself in your normal daily life. It's just like when I describe the relationship between me and my family, I would say thương rather than love,
I see. I got
because
it.
that become a part of my nature, become a part of myself. So I think that's the word I love in Vietnamese.
Amazing. Okay, you can ask me a question now.
Yes. I was thinking about questions, and I was thinking, with all of your knowledge and experience now, you have all that, and you take yourself back in 5 years. Not the ability to know about the future, but just all the knowledge and experience you have now, especially after you meet almost 1,000 people, it's like around the world, with all that knowledge and experience. What would you have done differently or changed when you were 5 years ago, and where it would lead you now in this position?
Good question. Good question. Actually, I think about that sometimes. Like, my goodness, where I would be right now if I would, have changes. And it's interesting, the question, and the answer is, um, I love so much doing the show, Arvin. Have no idea. For me, it's a joy of life. For me, I wake up every morning thinking about the magic box. I go to bed every night thinking the magic box. It's something that feeds my soul, feeds my day. And interesting, because I will think to myself sometimes, maybe if I start, let's say, 10 years ago or 5 years ago, where I would be right now with the magic box. And the answer comes straight away to me. I don't think if I would start this show 5 years ago or 10 years ago, I would be enjoying the most I have right now. Because I think everything happens in the right time. And I believe that with the knowledge that I have right now, the life that I lived right now. For example, I'm originally from Brazil. I left Brazil when I was 19 years old. I moved to Portugal and I moved to London. So I think if I start this show when I was in Portugal, I'm not sure if I would be enjoying the most I am right now. If I started when I was a teenager, or maybe, started my life in Brazil, I don't think I would be enjoying right now. So I think the answer is, I don't think I'll do anything differently, because where I am right now, I think I'm doing the best. I'm expressing myself the best I can, because I feel the moment. I'm living the moment. Doing the magic box about living the moment for me. So that would be my answer. I think for me, I wouldn't do anything differently, because for me, everything that I went through in the past, since I started doing the show, everything contributes, everything helped for me to start. When I started this journey, somehow I felt, okay, I'm ready now. I'm ready to start, because I'm sure, I'm gonna be learning every day. Every interview I do, I learn something new, and it's going to be always learning. So I think I started in the right time, because I remember 2020 when the world went upside down. Yeah, I was literally, I felt myself sad. I felt in a bad place, and suddenly this idea came along. So I think it starts in the right time, because now I enjoy the most about doing the show.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, thank you. I love that answers. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. I agree, completely agree with you 100%. Like the path is it what is happens, it leads you to where it is. I think
Yeah,
we have enough movies and story that telling us that even though you can change the past, but it's not gonna lead you to where you
no,
are right now.
absolutely, absolutely. And as I said, sometimes I think to myself, my God, maybe if I start 10 years ago, I would have more energy. But actually, I have the biggest energy right now doing it. I have the biggest joy of it, because before, I don't think I would be ready for it. I think I wouldn't go in the right direction, because now I think I need to go through all this experience in my life to get to the point now, and I can share with my guests, and also they can share the experience with me. So that's it's like exchanging experiences, exchanging energy, exchanging knowledge. It's all about having the moment here right now. We literally made memory right now for life. We made history now. This interview is just like a memory for life.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's gonna part of the stake, it's the milestone of mine. It's like, okay, I have talking to a person that met more than 1,000 people around the world, and then I was a part of that project, and I were able to share my experience as well, and then learning from them and hearing from them as well. That's amazing. Why not? Yes, yes, that's definitely one of the biggest moment in my life as well.
And actually, I might have a lot of another people from your country, but you are the first one. You're always going to be the first one, because you know what I mean. You left your signature in the magic box.
And I hope that I left a good signatures on it,
For
a beautiful
sure,
one,
for
and
sure.
leave you a good impressions about Vietnamese.
Absolutely, Arvin. I think it's so. I feel so excited and so grateful when I meet someone new, like in the Magic Box for a country that never been in the show as well. Because for me, it's like fascinating to see different cultures, different people explore, express themselves. It's so nice to see. Again, you have no idea how much I've learned just talking to you for those, almost an hour now. It's been amazing. I think again, thanks so much for taking the time for to bring your energy to the show. Thanks so much. I think nowadays we are so busy with our own lives, and when
Mm.
someone take their time for us, for me it's like it means a lot, because literally you are sharing your time with a dream. So thanks so much for that.
No,
And
definitely. Thank you for the invitation as well. Because like when I have an invitation from you, of course I would have to check because now that they have so many like online scamming stuff. Like we
of
wouldn't have
course,
no ideas like how they're gonna do that because it's
absolutely.
just so advanced right now. But
Mhm.
after I watching your YouTube, watching your interview with you, I was like, oh my God, what a story to tell. And then it's like it's really interesting and it makes me really passionate and looking forward. I almost like counting every day until this interview. It's like, oh, what question I'm gonna get asked? Like, is it exciting? I almost doing like a mock interview, kind of like, oh, so this is kind of question you might ask, or that's kind of question you might ask. I was like, well, no,
Oh,
but it's nothing at the same as I imagined when you asked me. It's just really still exciting and still new for me. I
thank you
love
so
the hours that we have together.
Thank you so much. Before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
Well, actually, the message that I gonna share is the thing that I keep telling myself. I keep trying to live, following that and thinking about that. And it also the reason that I ask you the questions is that the message is like whatever is destined to happen will happen at the right time at the right moment of your life. So I feel like that exactly the you exactly answer the reason why I have I live with that measures. I believe in that. It's just like yes, where I could success, I could fail, but when I success, I know that it's the right time for me to have the achievement to move forward, to move on. Or, but if I fail something, it's also the time for me to reflect on it, to look back, and also an extra time for me to prepare for the next opportunity, for the next chance, for the next hope. So I feel like I could never really have a fail in my life if I believe in that, because every
Okay,
fail is a success for me, a chance for me to learn a new thing.
totally.
So
Absolutely.
I feel like yes, that's what I want to share with you. That's
Mhm.
what I'm trying to live every day, thinking about that sentence, about that quote, that whatever come will come in its right time to me.
Whatever is yours, you're gonna find a way to come to you. You're gonna find a way to you. That's the whole thing. So just
Yeah,
enjoy the
yeah,
journey, enjoy the moment, enjoy the journey, because
definitely.
whatever is yours is gonna find a way to get to you. That's what I believe as well.
Yeah, yeah, I believe that too. I believe that bigger in the world, there's somewhere, there's
Yeah,
a bigger energy that's gonna consider your work, that's gonna see your journey, and then give you the right gift at the right time. Even
totally.
though that gift could be a lesson, that could be a failure to you, but
Yeah,
also that's what I need at that moment, I think.
absolutely. How do I say thank you in Vietnamese?
Cảm ơn,
Gab an,
cảm ơn.
gam
Yeah, yeah, it's just like we have that uh I think six different tones in Vietnamese, and
Wow.
one of them is just like you asking question. You raise your voice a little bit, but you go it down. It's like cảm ơn. It's just like yeah, it's really interesting.
Thank you so much. Thanks for the interview. It was a pleasure, and you keep in touch. Okay. Thanks for being my first guest from Vietnam. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me, and I wish you luck with your project.
You
Keep
too.
seeing more interesting people sharing more information, and I hope soon you will meet a second Vietnamese, and then many more to come. And
For
with
sure.
wish you luck with any other project that you're gonna have in the future as well.
Thank you so much. For you too. All back to you as well. Enjoy your journey, and all the best wishes for you as well. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See you soon.
Good night. Bye bye. Bye. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first subscribe to our channel, and after that just go to our website www.williamandthemagicbox.com and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show, and I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.